Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Got myself my butt handed by my jiu-jitsu class. If I ever get too cocky, jiu-jitsu is the sure testament of how to get humble real quick. Nevertheless, it's always good to do something that you're not good at, so you can be better. I'm never going to be a sports BJJ. That's never been my goal. At one time, I wanted to be like, master what my weakness is, and jiu-jitsu is a real, tough, of the toughest type of thing. But nevertheless, it's a good eye opener. Anyway, I want to talk about martial arts and hygienes. It's really a thing. When I do any jiu-jitsu, I always take a shower before jiu-jitsu, and no, I'm joking. I take showers 4 times a day. It appears, but I just believe martial arts. And I understand people just will come from work and they just throw their gi in and you move accordingly. I get that. I totally understand that, and I totally get that. But I think when you're dealing with such an intimate martial arts, jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu or sex, both of them gonna be close counter, inch to inch, right? Wrestling too, whatever grappling sport that you do. I think hygienes, you're sweating, it just get mannerism just to, take a quick shower if you can, or at least a wash up, or definitely not mean to be gross, but there's no way around it. Make sure the private parts are fresh, because there ain't nothing like smelling booty in north-south position. Unfortunately, I have smelled it, and I even rolled with some females, and that fish ain't too fresh, if you know what I mean. It's just good mannerism, and not just jiu-jitsu. I'm just talking all martial arts, karate, kempo, anything where you're in close contact with somebody. I think it's just a good hygienal practice. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going to make it a word. It's just good hygiene, just to be clean. It's good, you don't get any germs to your partner, you don't catch anything. I don't know how it's possible, but I've never caught COVID from anybody during martial arts. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to jinx it, but even during COVID time, and we were, wearing face masks, there was no vaccine. Wherever your public view on that's your business. But I've been blessed not to get tremendously sick. I've been sick at work from somebody, but not me directly. And I think that's just having good hygiene. If you can, slap a little body powder in there just to make sure you're a good citizen and a good person to train with. you just want to be respectful to people, have good hygienes. If somebody's stronger than you, don't try to show that person up to boost your ego. Be nice. For me, my jiu-jitsu ain't never gonna be in Gracie or Gracie Killer. This is just strictly just to kind of learn something and keep a little bit of my skills and being in the audience. I never fool myself to think I'm going to be a jiu-jitsu master, but what doing this has taught me is when I do my karate and we go to the ground, they absolutely clueless what to do, and I just have my way with them. So jiu-jitsu does work. You just have to, I know my limitations: shoulder, pectoral strain, arthritis in both knees, osteoarthritis, arthritis in my lower back, some strain there in the back. Those are the things I'm working with, and technically I could say, oh man, I shouldn't even do it at all, but that's not my style. My style is I'm capable of doing the hard things. So I may not be able to do it like I did 7-8 years ago, and I never could do it back then either, but I'm just still happy enough that I'm still functional enough to do it. But overall, just have good hygienes. Be respectful to your partner. Any martial arts, not jiu-jitsu, any martial arts, and I do 4. Just have good hygienes if you can. Don't have stank breath. Put a minute in. Before the class. Just be cool to you and your partners. That makes a difference. And common courtesy goes a long way, especially when you do martial arts. Nobody's trying to, I hope, nobody's trying to be a jerk to your partners. We all just try and get a little bit better and release some steam and help us cope with life. I use martial arts not only to protect myself, which that's a real threat for my line of work, but also just to release some steam, be in brotherhood and sisterhood. If there's women that does it, but in jiu-jitsu, I probably have sincerely trained maybe 8 women in 8 years consistently, which I definitely want to see more women. I think it should be mandatory in high school that women are forced to do a martial arts. Self-defense, not martial arts. There is a difference, a self-defense class. Kudos to women who are doing jiu-jitsu, because you're a better human being for it, and you can take down people, and you don't have to be a victim. You can be a victor. So nevertheless, it is what it is. So yeah, just be clean when you do martial arts if you can. If you cannot take a shower, try to get the hot spots if you can. Just a little soap and water. If you can go to one stall, just wash the hot spots. And not to be gross, but you know what the hot spots are. Just make sure the hot spots are clean, because you're going to be in close contact with people, and you just want to be nice and courteous and respectful. So, all right, guys, have a good one.